In this week's episode, I speak to a man who lost everything during COVID. Lost his business, moved house, was getting married at the same time, and had to rebuild from scratch. LinkedIn and building a network changed everything for him. If you want to build your brand and you're not getting the results that you want from LinkedIn, this is the episode that you need to listen to. Well, today I am joined by Imran Khushal, co-founder of Branding Marketing. You've got a very interesting story. So I think, like a lot of people, you had a business that was growing and successful, and then COVID hit in March 2020 and it all stopped and you lost your clients. Let's go right back to that point where you lost everything. What did you decide to do?
Not only I lost all my clients, but I got married in March, and then I lost all my clients, and I had no savings, and now I was at zero. That was a perfect time for me to have to go all in on LinkedIn. But from March 2020 to 21, nothing happened. Like, I did everything, I documented everything, eventually in September 2021, I released that little LinkedIn guide that says 100 simple steps to build your personal brand on LinkedIn. That was actually my struggle. So what I did first, and it didn't work, and what worked and what didn't work. So it took me like 1 year, one complete year to figure that thing out. But from April 2021, I started getting clients right and left center. So, and by December 2021, I was fully booked. And then in 2022, I met Craig online.
So let's fast forward to now then. So you and Craig Dean are in business together. You've got a business called Branding. What is it you help people to do? So what are the challenges that people have when they come to you, and what do you help them with?
We do a lot of things, but our specialty is helping people build their personal brands on LinkedIn. So we believe that LinkedIn changed our life, particularly my life, and same goes for Craig, right? So LinkedIn changed our lives, and we believe that it can change our clients' lives if they believe in it, they do the right things and position them correctly, and it has that potential. But what we help our clients with, we help them with strategy, right from like what they want to be known for, how they should attract their ideal clients on LinkedIn, and the foundation, and then brand identity, and then LinkedIn profile optimization. And then it goes like to lead capturing. Now they have built a fully optimized profile. Now what? So now they need a lead capturing mechanism to capture interested people, and we build quizzes for them, and then we do automation, that is email sequence. So from like strategy to automation and nurturing those leads they capture, we do everything about LinkedIn.
I see people very similar to networking. People say, if you're looking for new clients, just use LinkedIn. There's a lot more to it than that. You need to have a plan. In the same way that people say, oh, if you need new clients, just go networking. But you need to know what you're doing, and you need to get the foundations in place first. And I think that's the first thing. So when you talk about profile optimization, that's the bare minimum that someone needs to do, as in get your profile working in the right way, looking right, speaking to your ideal clients before you even start posting, isn't it?
Absolutely. So having a fully optimized profile is bare minimum, and it is because when you are doing your branding consciously, that is, you are controlling other people's perception about you. When you are not doing it intentionally, consciously, you are still doing branding, right? So then you are not able to control their perception. They are free to perceive anything about you.
So people come to you because they're looking for clients and they're frustrated with the results from a haphazard approach. They're just making it up as they go along. There's no strategy to their LinkedIn activity. What kind of results have people had having worked with you? So what are some of the success stories?
Sometimes the results are like so shocking that they become a totally new person, right? Because personal branding is all about identity. One client, I won't disclose his name, he's part of our community. He had this brand built on his best selling book, right? His best selling book was in the front and he was in the back. So we had this discussion, and after the strategy calls, and he said, you know what, all this time I was getting my personal brand like wrong, right? So I need to put my personal brand in front of people, and this should be my identity and not this should be my identity what I'm doing. So as a result of working on his profile, his LinkedIn, he came out with a totally new identity, and now he's doing what he was not doing before. He's doing a totally different thing. That is one story. And then there are people who actually ended up having more authority on LinkedIn. That is something I believe, like, if you are like me, who does not enjoy sending cold messages to people, cold emailing people, right? So you need to have authority. So we have examples where someone came to us and they were really good at what they were doing, but their profile was not conveying that they are good, right? And when we worked on their LinkedIn, we built them a system, I built them a website. Now they are like really someone who people started like featuring in podcast. People started like really following them and mentioning them here and there.
I think most people hear about building your personal brand, hear about using LinkedIn, but they don't have a plan for it. With Craig, the two of you run a LinkedIn community to help people learn the skills that they need, how to
Yeah,
optimize their
yeah,
profile. And it's an unbelievable price. It's only $9 a month. Um,
yeah,
we'll put the links in the show notes. If you're listening to this and you've never looked at it, as a bare minimum, you need to follow Imran on LinkedIn to just see what he's
mm,
doing, because this isn't hard work. And I think once you work out what you should be doing and put your own plan in
yeah,
place, everything just gets easier. I know that I've found that. So I've found that this year, the last 3 or 4 months, everyone else is saying that their LinkedIn reach is decreasing and their engagement's getting worse. I find each week everything's getting better for me at the moment, and I don't want to jinx it, but I'm quite happy with how things are going because it's working very well for me. That's why I'm excited that I've got you and Craig both speaking at the Circle Networks Live conference in September, so
yeah,
that you can share what's working with people. But in addition to that, we've got a whole workshop the day after the conference as well, haven't we? So just
yeah.
just talk us through what you're going to cover in that workshop.
So in that conference, in that workshop, I believe we have already shared in the event page. But the overall thing is why they need a personal brand, then why they need it to be on LinkedIn, and then how they can do it. Like not just the theory, but obviously as you know, we are just having 30 people in that workshop, and the purpose is to take like people, walk them through step by step, like this is the first thing they need to do, this is the second thing they need, step 3, step 4, step 5, right? So this is how they optimize their profile, this is how they build their brand identity, this is how they create their content strategy, right? This is what their content strategy should look like. And then they need a lead capturing system, and then they need maybe community. That is something where I and Craig and so many other people believe that communities where there is these are paid communities, 150 people, 200, 300 people, these are the new social media, right? Because if it is free, you are the product, right? So algorithm will make you dance as because it's free, right? But when you are paying for a platform, when you are paying for a membership, so you protect your members, your platform would protect your interests. So then it will create a win-win situation for everyone. So we'll cover that thing, and then eventually we will also cover the future of personal branding. So your personal brand in real life, in person, right? So for instance, look at my journey. I was nobody on LinkedIn in like 3 years ago, right? Then I met one person, and we started something together, and I flew to Dubai. Craig joined me there. We incorporated our company there, right, in Dubai, and now it runs from there. And in September, if everything goes as planned, right, so I'll be in Birmingham. We'll be doing this conference and workshop. So it's naturally that something you are building online, it doesn't stay online, it
Yes.
transition into offline space as well. So when I met Craig in Dubai, that was the transition of a brand I built on online on LinkedIn. So now I'm going to meet you and a lot of other amazing people in the UK in September. So that is transition of my personal brand, that every effort I put online into in-person interaction networking. So that's where that personal branding and networking, like branding and circle networks, like they become one, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is everything we will cover in our workshop.
So the pain points that people might have is that
Hmm.
they're good at what they do, frustrated. Everyone talks about, oh, just use LinkedIn, but you don't know what to do. And unless you've got the foundations in place, which is profile optimization, and I've been through that process, and I've had your critical eye review my profile and tell me what I need to do to change it. And that's different for every person, isn't it? It depends on your business, depends on the brand that you're building, depends on the service that you're offering. Then knowing what content, and it's not just about posting content, it's a social network platform, isn't it? So it's about being social on there. And I think what we've got lined up for people is that you could arrive on, so it's going to be a Tuesday morning, the workshop. So you could arrive on a Tuesday
Yeah.
morning with a terrible LinkedIn profile and no idea about what it is that you should be doing on it, and leave at the end of the
Yeah,
day with a completely transformed profile and a plan of what you should be doing each day in order to attract the right kind of people.
absolutely. Yeah. When when we met in Dubai, Craig and I, we discussed this. We struggle, like I struggle separately and he struggled separately, right? We didn't know each other at that time for 1 year, uh, but we thought like everything we needed, we learned like from trial and error, right? What if there were someone who had like that experience, and the things we learned in 1 year or 2 years, we would have learned those things in maybe 2 months or 3 months. Then it's just a matter of implementation, right? So that was the reason we started this community. And yeah, that gives us this courage and motivation and inspiration that we walk up every day, and just the first thing is like we look into the community, answer people's questions, just do stuff regularly there. And I believe like it should not take you 1 year to transform your LinkedIn
Yeah.
profile,
Yeah.
right? It should not take you 1 year to get clients. It should not take you 1 year to be known for a thing you are good at. It took me, by the way, but it should not be the same for everyone. And that's where we are willing to help you with every free resource we have, every paid resource we have. And these are like just $9, $10 resources, right? But if you join our community, these are like for free.
Yes.
So yeah, so these are, this is like this workshop, I think, will be everything we learned in 3 or 4 years, and we are going to just give it away.
And I think from my perspective, I see this and I'm experiencing it myself. There are people who have maybe been so let's talk about both our business. People who go networking that get no referrals, that win no clients. People who use
Yeah,
LinkedIn and are posting constantly, but still not generating any leads or finding clients from it. With some simple steps, and we're not talking like really hard work, but it's just learning from someone who's been there and done it. With some simple tweaks and making sure that all the basics are in place, they start to get the results that they want. And I've seen people commenting in your community that they optimize their profile and all of a sudden they start generating leads and have conversations with people that turn into clients very quickly.
absolutely. Like if you're listening to this thing and you go home and ask yourself this simple question. It's just one question, but it could straighten up your entire content strategy. So the content you are posting on LinkedIn, is it helping your business? One thing. And the second thing, is it helping your audience? Second thing. So everything you post from tomorrow should do two things. It should help your business and it should help your audience. That's it.
Yeah.
So if a thing is not like if a post is not meeting this criterion, right, you should not post it. And if you follow this for 30 days, I guarantee you will attract a lot more potential clients than you have had attracted in last 1 year.
Yes, I agree. That's the plan that I'm following.
because because where we get like carried away with content creation is we forget that okay, this is just a mean to an end. Your content is just a mean to an end, and the purpose of your content is to help people, but it is also purpose of your content to get your business running, right, to get you clients.
Yes.
So that is where strategic content comes in, right? So if you are not strategic about creating content, then obviously you won't get uh, leads, unfortunately.
So let me just wrap up now because I'm mindful of time. People in September have got the opportunity to come along and spend 2 days with you. So you're going to be at the
Yeah,
conference all day on the Monday, speaking on stage. You and Craig
yeah,
are speaking at the event, and then to have a more intimate day with you where they get the benefit of all your experience and go through your process to come out with a plan and having
yeah,
transformed their LinkedIn profile. It feels like a no-brainer. So
yeah.
if you're interested in finding out more about this, I'll put the link in the show notes. Click to find out, and we would love to welcome you along. Hopefully, there will still be some places left by the point that you click on the link. Thank you, Imran. I've loved chatting with you. Speaking to you, I usually learn something, and even just observing what you do, I come away with new
Yeah.
ideas for the things that I should be doing. And I think one of the things that I've realized probably over the last 3 or 4 years, I need to surround myself with more of the right kind of people. And you and Craig are definitely top of that list of the right kind of people that I need to spend more time with. Last thing,
Thank you so
if
much.
someone wants to find you on LinkedIn, how do they do that?
The first thing, actually, when you optimize your profile, so make sure you have your public URL. Mine is linkedin.com/in/Imran Khushal. So yours should be, if you haven't optimized your profile, it should be your first last name and then a weird number. So you can just go and figure that out in 30 seconds. You can customize your public URL.
I love it. Thank you very much. I've loved having you on, and I can't wait to see you in person in September. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Imran shared a lot of detail. I would encourage you to find him on LinkedIn, connect with him, and to find out more about the services that he offers, because for $9 a month, you can get involved in his community. Find his community, connect with him on LinkedIn, and find out how you can change your results using LinkedIn to build your personal brand. As always, I'd love it if you could leave a review for the show on your podcast player of choice and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Thanks for listening and enjoy your day.